What's good? What's good, people? This is GM. As you can see, I do have a mic. Last video, I forgot to put on my mic because I'm used to recording without the headset. You know what I'm saying? Just talking, but now we here to go. So in this video, this is another episode, a part of the little podcast series that I've been doing. And today, we're gonna talk about the origins of me. Like when I started playing, where I come from, so people could like understand me a little bit more, where I started and shit like that. So basically, I've been playing fighting games since I was 14 years old. Long ass time, I know, right? That's a very long time. So I've been playing fighting games since I was 14 years old. I always first fighting games, World Heroes, Fatal Fury 1, Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat, all that stuff, right? So I was a big gamer. I used to play NES games, all types of stuff back in the day. You know what I'm saying? All the way from I was 12. First term I ever entered was a all Nintendo national tournament where I had to play a bunch of Nintendo games every single round. Even like shit like Soul Calibur 2 at the time. I was like 14 years old. I had to play a whole round robin of games. I ended up getting top 2 in the tournament, and I ended up getting a GameCube when it was first released. So yes, that was my first tournament. Had to play Smash and everything. Got top 2. You can find the shit online too, by the way. So yeah, so we got top 2 at the first joint. After that, I kept playing my video games, my fighting games, and stuff like that. And I always play like shit like Bloody Roar, Tekken, a lot of Street Fighter, a lot of Neo Geo stuff with the emulators and whatnot. KOF, Fatal Fury, Samurai Showdown, all that stuff. Metal Slug. We just played everything. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, like I was looking to fight people in different games, right? Um, so I went to the forums, Tekken Saibatsu, and I saw they had a matchmaking joint for Tekken. At that time, that's when Tekken 4 was out. So I was like, I really like Tekken 4. I like going to the movies and playing Tekken 4. I like playing Tekken Tag 1. So I was down to play either Tag 1 or Tekken 4 with people around that time. So I posted in a matchmaking thread, and a dude replied to me. His name was Blood Red. He said he was looking for games. So yeah, he came over. I was like 14. He was old as fuck. I was like, what the fuck? Old ass man trying to play me in Tekken. But we played or whatever. Um that was the worst I've ever lost ever. Like I lost real bad, bro. Like real bad. Cause he I ain't know no frames. I just, 10 hit combos, all that other shit. I was just a casual dude. So he beat my ass, bro. And then he told me all about the tournament scene. He told me how this Evo, how this top players, and all types of shit. He told me mad stuff about the scene I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? And he played Lei Wulong. So that was the first experience I had with playing somebody that knew how to play the game. So, after that, after those sessions, I started looking out to play other people. And then I started playing other people. You know what I'm saying? And my other friend Leviathan, I used to play him a lot in Tekken 4 and Tag 1 and stuff like that. He wasn't as good as Blood Red, but he knew what he was doing or whatnot. So me and him used to play a lot and shit like that. As the years went by, I heard about an arcade called Chinatown Fair, and I heard that's where everybody plays at. So I started going there, and I noticed that the arcades had pad ports, which is OD, because I only really could play on pad because I was a console player. I couldn't play on arcade. So like, even though like I was like a big fighting game player, and like I was really good at all the fighting games I played, I only could play on pad. So like the reason I started playing Tekken was only like a high level was literally just because the arcade had pad ports. If it wasn't for the arcade having pad ports, like I wouldn't play Tekken. Like I wouldn't play it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I became a Tekken player. I also didn't have a main back then neither. In Tekken 4 and all that, I played Paul, Mishima's, King, Nina. I played the whole roster. Julia, Bears. Like I just played everybody. I didn't have a main because I didn't know who the main at that time. You know what I'm saying? I was going by the name Heihachi 56. So you could say Heihachi was like my main character pretty much in the Tekken 4 days. That's the name I went by. I was Heihachi 56. So my main was technically Heihachi, but I still played everybody. It was later on that I switched my name to fightinggm But that was because I entered a forum called SNK/Capcom because I was also looking for games in those and at the SNK games. You know what I'm saying? But nobody really played fighting games there. They just they just talked about shit. Nobody was a real gamer in there. They were kind of, you know what I'm saying? So it was alright. So I eventually named myself Fighting GM on the way later, and then I rejoined the forums or whatnot. And word man, and then I started playing new people. I started going to arcade. I met a lot of new people. My first console tournament and arcade tournament, I played Fangway and Paul. Those are the characters I played in my first tournaments for Tekken. Eventually, I couldn't find a main at first in Tekken 5. I played Kazuya. I fucking played Heihachi, Jack. I played everybody. I couldn't find a main. I didn't know who to play. I was playing Kazuya for a minute too. And dude was just like, yo, if you can't do electric, you can't play him. Because I couldn't really do electrics like that. So at that time when I was young. So I was looking for a main. And then I noticed like nobody played Lee. And one of my best friends from the hood back in the day, his name is Rick. Shout outs to him, no remorse. He always played Lee back in the day in the arcade. He was one of the first people I seen play Tekken in the arcade or whatnot. And I saw that he played Violet. And I was like, yo, that's dope. Like, I want to play him too. Like, he made him look mad cool. So that's why I played Lee too, because he was playing Violet and shit. I thought that was fire. So I started playing. That's like the main reason, besides the combo video that I saw online. My friend used to play him. And I said, yo, I want to play him too. Nobody play him. That's dope. So that's one of the main reasons why I use the Lee shit. Um, and yeah, I just kept going to tournaments, man. And I ended up sticking to Lee uh, throughout the whole Tekken 5. Um, and to mad arcade tournaments. I even went to a major, which was Clash 2005. I went over there. I did okay. I lost to fucking Gym Master playing fucking Broken Nina. And then KPC beat me with Law. So that was one of my first tournaments. I must have been like 16 or 15 around that time. I did pretty decent. I did all right. So yeah, we just kept playing, man. And from there I kept entering tournaments. The last Tekken 5.0 tournament I got like 5th, so that was pretty good. I didn't learn frame data till Tekken DR pretty much. DR is when I learned frame data finally. Cause like back then frame data wasn't available. You had to dead ass find that shit yourself, and I didn't know it. And then somebody, L Trap 2K, aka Travis from Atlanta, he taught me frame data. The lead player, he taught me how to reframes. I always remember I never knew how to frame reframes. He taught me how to reframes, and my game I got way better after that, man. I started beating more people, all types of shit. I started placing in tournaments. Um, I got top 2 at a Tekken DR tournament, a big Chinatown Fair arcade monthly, and I fought Spirogen in the finals. I almost won. I restarted the set, but I wasn't able to close it. So that was the first time I got top 2. A lot of people thought it was a fluke because I never placed that high before. But I was losing for a long time. I kind of wanted to quit too before. Not really quit, but I was kind of down in the dumps because I kept losing. And I didn't, and I was like, yo, what the fuck can I do to win, man? I just keep losing all the fucking time. So I think that and then learning frame data helped me get to the next level. I really wanted to be the best. So then the term after that, I ended up winning and beating Spirogen. So I ended up winning that whole Chinatown Fair term. I won like 700. That was a lot of money back then in 2007. That's when it was. I was 17. So I won my first big tournament. After that, I started winning a lot of fucking Tekken 5 tournaments, man. DR. I was doing really good on the East Coast. I even went to some Virginia. I went to some Virginia out of state tournaments. I went to some Maryland tournaments for DR. Even in 2008, I won a major tournament in Florida ran by Way Gamble, and I got 1K for first place. I also traveled to KIT, got top 8s. I did really good in DR. I was placing a lot in that game, traveling. You know what I'm saying? I met Fab like probably I met Fab early Tekken 5, and he was a Huaran player. I met him through my friend, and that's how I met him. And we had our case house session, and then yeah, we became kind of training partners after that. And he started traveling more than me and shit like that. So he went to Evos and stuff like that. I was just traveling the East Coast and shit like that. So it was really cool. That's how me and him met. And everybody else that I met was through the arcade pretty much. So yeah, that's basically my origins, how I got into Tekken and shit like that. After Tekken 5, luckily New York City got Tekken 6 early, so we was able to play Tekken 6 before everybody else. Well, Cali had it too, so they got to play Tekken 6. So we grinded on regular Tekken 6 a lot because arcade used to get games early. So we did that, and that motivated me. I was like, yo, I really want to travel and be the best for Tekken 6 because I couldn't do that shit for DR because I was too young to travel. So that's why for Tekken 6 I went in. I traveled everywhere, all over the US. I went to Evo 2 times. I went in for Tekken 6 because that was like the game. And then Tag 2, I ended up traveling a lot. And then Tekken 7, I kind of slowed down because I already went ham in the past like 3 or 4 games. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just want to make this video to tell people my origins, man, how I started playing Tekken and whatnot, and how I got, what I did to get good. Basically played every single day. Only did offline, went to arcade, traveled to as many tournaments as I could, took advice from top players, and kept grinding. No matter how much I lost, man, I kept going, man, no matter what. And we got here. You know what I'm saying? We right here, man. And before it was hard. It was hard to get good. You have to spend money in arcade to get good. There was no like streams and nothing like that to get free data or videos like that. You have to come up with stuff, your tech on your own, shit on your own. You can ask questions like I did, of course, but you have to actually go out there and seek it. So you have to really want it back then. I feel like kind of now it's kind of handed to you. You could just stay at home and play online fucking tournaments or just play online all day. And it's just way easier to grind the shit. It's not like back then. Back then, you have to really travel and go in and really practice on your own without like much help unless you ask for it. So players have it easy now, man. Back then, it was a struggle, man. The pots weren't that big. Well, they still not that big, but the pots weren't that great. It was all about the grind, man. If you really wanted it, if you wanted to be better than everybody, you had to do it and take it yourself. And that's what I did. That's how I became a top player. And now we look at that. We got a good stream and everything. So be sure to check out the stream. It's Twitch TV/fightinggm underscore TK. Check out the Metafy. It's also fightinggm if you want some coaching from an OG that's been playing in tournaments since I was 14 years old. Come holla at me. Check out the YouTube, which is here, fightinggm. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow the stream, man. Follow the YouTube, man. This is one of my joints. I'm trying to upload videos like every other day, man. So let's get it. So if you like this content, tell everybody about it. And we in there, man. Thanks for watching. And I see y'all in my next video. Peace out and take care. And I see y'all laters. Give me a second.